Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Welcome to Brambleberry Cottage. We're in another week. We are having a beautiful day, but a very bitter, cold day. The wind chills are like insane. I feel like we're in the tundra a little bit, but we're cozy and warm in our home.
Yeah.
We do have to venture out a little bit to work on some projects, but all in all, we're cozy and warm in our little cottage. Hope you're staying warm and hope you're enjoying our videos, and let's talk about this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're working on a laundry room. That's kind of been an ignored space in our basement.
Since we built it.
Since we built it, pretty much, yes.
It's been a utilitarian space with just function, and we tried to make it kind of okay looking, for a while. But now we want it to feel part of the home. We want it to look like an actual room that happens to have a washer and dryer in it. So.
And if you have to do laundry all the time, you want to enjoy the space you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's become a kind of a catch-all too.
Yes.
Where we don't know where to put something. It doesn't fit anywhere. We throw it in the laundry room.
And that's saying it kindly, because it has been a disaster. We have everything from boxes to totes to
carpet cleaner. It's just it's just kind of packed in there. Whatever we don't have space for, we shove it in that room.
Yeah.
But that's gonna change at this point. So
yes.
We're gonna gut it out, take everything out of the room.
Yeah.
Right?
We are. And we're going to reorganize everything with actual organizers. We are not going to show this project unless we have the organizers. We've done in the past where we say this is our intention, things happen, and we'll get to it later. We've started a new way of thinking with this new year that I'd rather not show you the content unless it's completed, which may mean it may take a little bit. Which leads me to a conversation that I wanted to have with you folks. We very much enjoy doing this channel, and we want to continue it. We wanted to just take this opportunity to say life throws you some curves sometimes, and what's really important in life is that you are enjoying your life and that you are taking care of yourself and you are getting rest. This has been quite an adventure for me, let me tell you. When we first started this channel, it was about 7 months ago, last spring. We were all ready to do this, all excited, full force ahead, all excited, and we are still very excited. Make no mistake about that. But we were in a different place at that point where we were doing well. And unfortunately, my health, as you've seen in some videos, I had a major surgery in July. It was a major one. It was a very scary surgery. But I had years and years and years of disease, and it's actually, I won't go into a whole thing about it, but it's actually called endometriosis, and I've had issues for a very long time not knowing what it was. Found a wonderful surgeon thanks to my niece, who was a nurse and led me to that, and it started the whole process. So as of July, I had a major surgery, and recovery would be long-term, about a year till I felt myself, and obviously we're not at that yearly mark yet, but after a few months I would feel more back to normal. Everything is going great, and some things kind of took a turn for me. We're discovering that I have some other issues. So I did get rid of that disease, but a lot of other things have been popping up, which didn't seem like it was just, gee, I'm having a hard time with recovery. So we're in the process of figuring that out now. There are days where I have major fatigue. I feel ill and run down. And we're checking everything from the brain to the heart. My brain is good, by the way. We had that checked recently. No stroke, nothing like that, no sign of it, but which is excellent news. And that's a little check off of that. My energy is up and down. So we're trying to figure out what in the world is going on. In the meantime, we are fixing all this stuff in our home. It's just maybe not going to go as planned. Sometimes it may not take the week. Our intention always is to have one video a week for you. There may be in the future where it's just Paul. It may be my husband Paul and Jacob, our son. Sometimes you'll catch him in the videos. He's a wonderful, wonderful help, a wonderful son. And my daughter is not living here anymore, but I know if she was, she'd be helping a lot. She has a very busy life herself. So we have a wonderful family, very dedicated family. We're quite a team, and we're doing the very best that we can. Budget always can kind of hinder things sometimes, but it's really not about the budget. We want you to understand that. It's really about our time, and time is really precious. So I feel fine. I'm having a good day today. There will be good days and bad days. So I just wanted to basically make that statement. So if I don't want you to be disappointed, because we really, really don't want to disappoint you. We really are excited to do this channel, and we love that people are commenting and joining and subscribing. It really, really helps lift the mood when you're not in a good way. Thank you. So I appreciate that more than anything. It means a real lot. And we're excited that you're taking something from these videos and trying things out yourselves. We're really enjoying this. This is years and years of ideas stuck in our brains, and saying we'll do this, we'll do that, and we got caught up in raising our children and would not take that back for anything. And doing all kinds of things, working, and trying to find out what we want to do. And this was like an idea that popped in our head a couple years ago, and here we are doing it. And it's really important to, if you have a dream, to forge ahead and do it, and just do things that are maybe a little out of your ballpark a little bit. Maybe they challenge you a little bit. That's good. And that was one of these things for us, and we're very excited to do this. And for all of you, of course, but we're enjoying it too. We're enjoying seeing the improvements in our home.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we have to take our time. We have to take care of ourselves and get some rest and enjoy life in between. So this particular project, as Paul said, the laundry room, we are very excited. It has been a really long journey of, we're going on 21 years, I think, 21 years. No, 22 possibly.
This year will be 22.
22 years. So because of that, this is a project that's been literally for all that time. Because of that, we are finally tackling this project. We keep putting it off. It is a major project. It could take folks about 2 or 3 weeks because of the situation that I'm going through. And like I said, good and bad days sometimes for me, but also it is a very time consuming. Paul still works a full-time job, and I have a part-time where I write a blog. And then again, like we said, our health issues and just life gets in the way sometimes. So we're going to hope to get all this content out to you for this room within 2 to 3 weeks. Right now, what we're going to do is gut it, and we're going to take a look at the blank slate. That's always a smart. If any advice we give you, do that. Take it apart.
Changes perspective. It really does. It can change your whole vision for the space. You may have an idea in mind, and once you take everything out of the space, you thought, oh wait, you have a totally different perspective. So yeah,
for sure,
it's a great idea.
It's true. When you're looking at the room with all that, it's hard to envision what it's going to look like. I always have heard that before, and I used to think, yeah, we'll do the best we can. We'll pull certain things out. But I mean, this room is besides a washer and the dryer that we cannot move right now, and we use it. We need it. Everything else is being literally, cabinets, everything are being gutted and taken out, which we won't show you the other side of the basement where everything is right now. So it's going to be a little bit of a disaster for a couple weeks. However, totally worth it. Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna. Yeah, we're very excited about the results.
Yes.
We've got some creative ideas. Obviously, we're always working on a budget, which is kind of our thing. Doing creative things on a budget to make a space look beautiful.
Yes.
And we've got some great ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're ripping that stuff out of there, minus the appliances, and tackling it head on. So we'll see. We'll see how much time we have. We will take it each step at a time, like 1 week at a time, and we'll try to accomplish what we can in that one room. And also, whether there's a situation going on or not, sometimes a room, they show you on TV, please know that's not realistic. When we do it in 3 days or we do it in a week, it's possible. They probably do, some of them, but a lot of them don't. And it's not always maybe done the way they would have liked it. There are great shows out there that do renovate in a short time, but what you see in one video, understand that it really does take sometimes takes up to, you know, a week or 2 or 3 or sometimes months. So our particular project is no exception. We are going to be taking a little while on it. So we hope you enjoy it and see what we have in store. Please.
We're very excited, yeah.
Yes, we are. Sorry, go ahead.
That's all.
Please take care of yourselves and listen to the cues of your body. When something seems wrong, listen to it. Take care of yourselves, and thank you again for joining our channel. Enjoy this beautiful sunny day. I hope you're getting this sunny day, but if it's as freezing as it is here, get a nice cuppa and enjoy your time in getting all cozy and warm in the house, and we'll see you soon and see what we have in store.
Welcome.
Welcome. Hi everybody. So what I'm about to show you, I'm sitting by the stairs because, or I'm filming by the stairs because I just don't want to show you yet. I'm mortified of what this basement laundry room looks like. It is a disaster. We have put it off for so many years. It was just strictly utilitarian, but here we go. So keep in mind, this has been a dropping spot for everything. We are going to work on this laundry room in 2 parts. This week, we are doing the gutting of it. We are repainting the cabinets and deciding which ones we're keeping. We're going to have the basic layout. We're going to tackle a solution on the floor for now. We cannot afford to do the floors over right now. So we're going to come up with a creative and inexpensive solution. And, oh, please don't mind me, by the way, because I decided to film this while I was doing laundry, so it's going to be a little loud. So I apologize for the sound, for the noise. We have just random things placed everywhere, and it's going to finally be organized. We are going to be tackling a lot, so here we go. Oh, this is so awful. So we have this little laundry basket that has like random sports equipment and bags, and it just kind of ended up being a thing where people threw everything. We have some random, we did put our ironing board here on the wall. We have this door, was this cutout door to our hatchway. It has been like this since we moved in. We have never tackled it. It's an embarrassment. It is an awful, awful, ugly door. So it keeps out the cold somewhat, not totally, but it has this foil wrapped insulation, and the door is cut out, and we have this wooden door. Obviously above that there's the stairs we did fix, so it has some sort of a riser there, so it closed it in so that you don't have any of that messiness. So it does look really nice there, and I'll show you that at the end of our videos. But it's the metal hatchway door, and we do have a locking system, so it's secure and it's safe. We do have an alarm system set up, so we will know if there's an intruder. So it is safe. It's just very ugly and messy. So with this, we do want to put some sort of a frame around here, fix it up, and have a nice door. We originally really wanted to do a barn door, but for security reasons, it's not going to be sturdy. But mainly, although we do have an alarm system, it would maybe be nice to have a steel door. But the steel doors are so ugly, and what would we do if we needed to make it look nice? So, like I said, we're secure. It's just more of an aesthetic thing. But we are going to work on that solution this week, talking about it, but it probably won't go up till the following week, next week. But for this week, we're going to have an idea of what we're doing with this. We have these random totes around where we have some envelopes and boxes and awful. So then we had this armoire. on top of it, we have our coolers for the summer and some random things for food. We like to have big gatherings, and so I always keep these type of things on hand. Then we have our armoire here that it just won't close anymore because it's just not as made as properly maybe as it should have been. We bought this from a tag sale. We loved the story of it. This woman who was very, very ill wanted to make this cabinet, so it symbolized something for her as she started to feel better. We loved the story of it, and we got it for, I want to say, $20 for this very, very heavy, sturdy, I mean, this plywood, it's really done great with materials. It just maybe not made as best as it could be, but we love the potential of it. There's like wooden doorknobs that we painted this whole thing black. We're thinking about repainting it, but also we have to repair the doors. We're going to replace the doorknobs. We're going to make this nice. Right now it's kind of being handled as a storage cabinet, and we have just random storage of our wrapping supplies, everything from gift wrap to extra cards to our buffet warmers, everything. It's really not organized well. This will be a week, as long as we're feeling well. You never know in the winters, that we'll be going to Dollar Tree and grabbing some systems. We have some random supplies in here. We have our kayaking stuff in here. So this actually has to be utilitarian for us, but there's no reason why it can't look nice at the same time. So we need this storage, but we have this issue where it just won't shut anymore. So that has to be resolved. Then we move over here. We have all kinds of like random boxes on top of this pantry cabinet I had bought from Target years ago, and it's for our, our cleaners, and we do a lot of really good healthy cleaners. We use like Simple Green, we do a lot of vinegar and peroxide, and we do a lot of natural cleaners, essential oils, so that's full of that. So that will stay that way, but it can be cleaned out and maybe organized a little better. We have more wrapping things. We like to do gifts. We have a random cabinet here that Paul had. I'm going to shut that off for a second, our washer. Sorry about the dryer, folks. But this cabinet Paul had made years ago from scrap material. It was great. It served a purpose, but it's probably going to come down. But we do have to have a solution still, as we have all of our cleaners, not so natural and natural mixed in, some random candles in case of a power outage, party supplies. It's kind of a disastrous mess. So we really have to rethink that. We have our carpet cleaner, which we're going to need a new one soon. We kind of threw our rags and whatnot in there to clean. And we have just like ladders and tables for parties. Have our steamer in the back. Right here, this little cabinet we had gotten free on the side of the road. We didn't buy it. It was free, but it's this very skinny cabinet, if you can see. But what we do in that cabinet is we have our varnishes and our spray paints, so it's great and it fits it just perfectly. So we'll probably keep that, but we need to add handles to it. Our washer and dryer, we don't have expensive washers and dryers. I'm going to be honest with you folks, my husband's family used to own an appliance store. We have learned through the years, get the very basic machine. There are certain name brands that you should have. The ones that have all the gadgets, yes, they look really pretty, but they always run down. They do not work very well. They are basically essentially mini computers. So we have learned because of my husband's family, and also and his brother still does the repair side of the company, and he's always repairing brand new, where they look really pretty, but they have all these gadgets. We do have some, because even some of the simpler brands do have like the digital things now. So that's unfortunate, because it's basically a little computer in there that always runs down. An appliance should do a basic thing. It should clean your clothes as a washer and a dryer, and dry them. It should not be fancy. So unfortunately, they're not the prettiest. They don't make the best looking appliances. So we're going to try to figure a way to make it look nice, but I will say that they work pretty well. And we have learned little things along the way for tips. We have these little cabinets here and there. These cabinets, there's a mix of our old cabinets from the kitchen and some that my mother passed on to us when she redid her kitchen, that we put some up in the kitchen and some we brought down here. So in between our appliances, we have this little cabinet. I keep things like the plunger in there and things that are, you know, things that help fix drains, things like that are in there. And we have this cabinet has our laundry supplies in there, and we have this ugly wall that exposes all the wiring and piping and things that we need, and the vent pipe. We want to cover all that so you don't see that anymore, but we have to work our way around a window. We have some of the ceiling exposed, but we need some sort of access to that, because if something goes wrong, we obviously need to have access. So that's a real issue for us. I have over here, I have rags and towels that I use to wash our dog when she has baths. It's just a random cabinet, so that we can find a better solution. We don't need that. Between this cabinet and a cabinet that Paul puts a lot of our light bulbs and things to fix certain things or replace batteries, it's all usually in here. And we have this copper piping that we used as a pole so we could have some hangers hanging. So sometimes we'll hang like random grocery bags, or we'll hang our clothes to dry. There's really no space to do that, so it's not convenient. I'm not sure if we're going to keep something like that up. We'll see. I have, in this cabinet, I have all kinds of, this is a fake drawer, so there's no point to that. But when we had received the cabinet from my mother, it was cut. So if you can see in between there, it was cut, I think because it was in the kitchen and they used it as a, if I'm not mistaken, this would have been where the garbage disposal and whatnot is there. So they had to cut out a piece because they were put together. So we had it with a piece cut out. We just, because it was next to the washer, we didn't do anything with it. So that's probably going. But in here we have all our paints and stains, things like that, that are bigger instead of the other cabinet, because these are bigger things in here. We're going to try to find a better solution for that. We have a fridge and freezer. It's a mini. It's great as an extra, and when we have gatherings, we keep our beverages in here, and people know to go in here. We'll keep extra food and beverages in here because it has a freezer and it has a refrigerator. This actually went to my daughter when she had a dorm in college, and she had taken it when she moved out into her own home, but she no longer had a purpose for it, so she offered it to us, so we keep it as an extra. We love it. It's great to have. Eventually, I'd like to get a full-on fridge and freezer, but for now, this works. We have just random totes. We have a little, and that also has like materials for like envelopes and things. It's kind of crazy how much we keep. All these is like a 3-tiered like thing that I had in the kitchen for a long time. I would decorate it and try to put it in our coffee bar. It just became, we have a small home and there's not a lot of space. It got a little wonky too, it was a little crooked, but we still kept it because I kept like our paints on it and some other crayons and paint brushes for when we do art and little art projects. But I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. I'm not sure. But we have like an extra coffee machine we keep for gatherings, and this is actually our old countertop. When we moved in, it was a laminate countertop. I'm not sure we can afford in a budget to do it. We'd love to do a paint job on the laminate, so stay tuned. We might actually do that in one of the weeks of this project, because we're, like I said, we're doing it in 2 weeks. So yeah, so, and fast forward through all of this if you're not interested in this. We'll have time stamps on it. Please fast forward if it's not interesting to you, but if you're, just to show you the before, if you're interested in seeing what we had and what it's going to become. And then we have these here. We have a cabinet here with a drawer that does work. We have Paul's tools for indoors. As you know, he has a workshop outside, but this is for like indoor things that he may need it for. And over here, some more tools in that drawer, and pencils and things like that. And under here we keep our extra paint clothes and whatever we need. We have random paint clothes and whatnot and rags. So when we're doing a paint project, we're not messing up our nice clothes. So that's it. A little pencil sharpener when the kids were younger. We do have these random things, and the ceiling looks terrible, so we're hoping to cover that. It wasn't sheetrocked very well. We have electricity in here, but we have like a pull light, and we have a light over here, fluorescent light that actually is not working anymore. We have to replace. We're probably gonna stick to the same lighting system for now, and I'll put a nice lamp in here. But yeah, it's a disaster, folks. I'm so sorry to show you this embarrassing room, but yeah, it needs to be worked on. So, and we had put this strip up here for a while because it was just kind of a weird overhang. It didn't make sense, so we put that to cover it, and it kind of framed the doorway in, but it was just sloppily done. But we're probably going to remove that and try to do something different. But that's it, folks. So that's the before. Sorry about the long introduction there, but hopefully it'll look so much better in 2 weeks.
Here we are in our laundry room that we're about to redo. As for wall treatments, we're looking at the walls here, which are in very poor condition. The mudding that was done here was very sloppy. There's a lot of gouges here and there. The walls need a lot of TLC. Gina's original plan was to have wallpaper on here, but I think they're so lumpy bumpy, the wallpaper would really, the bumps would show through right through the paper. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here, but there's some damage everywhere. So I convinced her that maybe our brick technique would be the best option, and definitely an inexpensive option. It will match the other side of our basement, which is on the same wall. Has a brick technique with a fireplace, so this will kind of match it. It'll make a little sense. So we're going to do that in our laundry room here on a couple of the walls. And there we go.
first board up, and we're going to be nailing these pieces of Luan strips to give it that wood look to the ceiling. We're doing that a little at a time, and that's the first board.
Hi there, everyone.
Everybody,
Woo, what an exhausting week.
it's been a long week.
It has been a lot of ups and downs. As said earlier, and when we did the introduction, you're seeing it all in one video, but our introduction, we stated that there's going to be good and bad days. I had a lot of rough days this week, so very tired, very slow moving. So I'm glad we gave you that heads up for this project because it's going to take at least a couple of weeks. But in this week, what we had done, and honestly, yesterday and today, which is why this video is later than usual. This video is later than usual because of the hang-ups here. But what we did accomplish was the armoire. We had redone the armoire from the black paint that was on it and the wooden knobs. We had waited till we received our knobs from Amazon that we had ordered these beautiful blue glass knobs. Very pretty. We had a little mishap with them because they didn't come with the right screws. So thank goodness Paul is very handy and he has a way to fix any situation. And this particular situation, he finally had the, what did you do to get those knobs to fit?
Well, the bolts in these, it came with about a ridiculous amount of bolts of different sizes for these glass knobs. And some were too short, some were too long, none of them were the right size, so I had to cut them with bolt cutters, which usually leaves a little burr on the edge so then the thread doesn't fit into the thing right, so I had to file those down after cutting them, finally got them to fit. So anyways, they look really nice, it was just a hassle
Yeah.
to get them on.
So how fun that project was, but we finally did get that on there. But so the armoire is finished. The paint job and the aesthetic of it.
Right.
The inside of it will be organizing with some organizers from the Dollar Tree, hopefully, and we'll get it really nice and tucked in, all pretty inside later.
After we get the room finished,
After we
in the room, yeah.
Exactly, but we got it to that point done. All the tough stuff, all the not so fun, the painting and the knobs, and okay, and then we had, as you know, we're doing our laundry room. I'm not sure if I said that, but you say it in the, yeah. So anyway,
we got the wall treatment done.
we got the wall
Which
treatment.
that took a ridiculous amount of time. The walls were in bad shape. Wallpaper wouldn't have covered it well. I know Gina wanted to do wallpaper.
Yes.
I suggested doing the brick treatment that you see behind us.
And if you remember in old videos, I said to you, I swear to goodness, we are not doing this again.
I
No, we
convinced
did.
her, I twisted her arm.
You did.
It was the most economical for the space, but the main reason was it covered the wall defects the best. We used three 5-gallon buckets of, well, 2.5 of joint compound, so it was a lot. So it was a lot of wall space we had to cover.
It was a
So-
lot. And we just finished it today. My shoulders, my wrists, my elbows, oh, are they sore? My
Painting all
back.
day, yeah.
I have, not just myself, our son Jacob was a huge help. It would not have gotten finished
Yeah.
even today. We had started at like 7:30 in the morning and finished,
After a whole day yesterday too.
yeah, I'm gonna say 5-ish. It was a very long day, with maybe one break in between for lunch, but it was a long project because we did a lot of the walls. So yes, we did do that, and it takes a lot of steps to make that brick look realistic and then to do a whitewash German schmear over it. I am going to say that if he mentions brick again, that's it. I'm on vacation to Cancun. I am done with brick. So I absolutely love the look of it.
It looks
But
nice.
Yes.
It looks nice in the room. I like it.
It is lovely, and it does go with our wanting to have that English stone cottage look. But we are absolutely we can't go crazy with the brick because it's going to be, we're going to look very obsessed with brick after a while. So we are done,
We
right,
are done.
dear?
Yeah.
Yes. So, but it is going to look really great all put together.
Yeah.
It did resolve the issue of the rough walls, and it was cost effective. It
Yeah.
was much cheaper than the wallpapers that I had seen. I have very expensive taste, folks. So when I pick a wallpaper, it is not a cheapy wallpaper. So it really did cut the cost down a lot. So that got finished, finally. That was a lot of steps. If you want to see how we do the brick, there are plenty of videos on that because we do have it in a few different places. It's great that we have it all kind of, it looks like exposed brick in our home that,
Walls, yeah.
yes, that must have been under the walls. So if you could see it in person, you would see that up close, these bricks really do look realistic. And we learned a lot. This was our first project. We learned a lot from this one project. We've learned to make the bricks a little bit more realistic. And that was a long and lengthy project downstairs. Then we tackled the ceiling.
The ceiling as well, finally, yes.
I love it.
Yeah, it came out great. We were looking for kind of that, I'm not sure what you call it,
Like a shiplap.
a shiplappy kind of a thing. It reminds me of like an old cottage would have those kind of.
Yeah, like a beachy
Yeah.
cottage.
Yeah, it looks really nice. And basically, it's just sheets of Luan, that thin plywood that we primed it. I primed it and I cut it down to 4-inch strips. We nailed it up there and I primed it again, and that's all it needed. It looks like kind of like a whitewashed plank ceiling.
It
really nice.
looks amazing. That Luan is so inexpensive and so
So
lovely.
versatile.
Oh my gosh, and the quality is so beautiful. Like the
It's really
grain
nice.
on it was so pretty. I almost wanted to keep it the wood, but it just made sense to have it painted up there, and oh my goodness, is it pretty. It reminds me of my childhood growing up at the Cape. Well, not growing up at the Cape, but we used to spend a lot of our summer at the Cape growing up, and it reminds me of those Cape Cod cottage ceilings. It's just so lovely, and I absolutely adore it. So,
Came out well.
yes.
Well, we've got a lot more to do
Oh, boy,
in the
do we.
laundry room. So the next week or maybe 2 weeks. So stay tuned. There's going
Yes.
to be a lot of fun stuff, a lot of unique things, unique problems to the room that we have to solve.
Yes.
Um,
And this has been like 21 years coming of wanting this room done. This was like the last room that it was strictly function, and it was a catch-all for all kinds of stuff. And I am so relieved to see it finally happening. And in the process of redoing our cottage, I'm seeing that we're organizing and getting rid of our clutter. There's a lot of things that we go, do we really need this? And I'll be honest, when you actually clear out a whole room and you look at it after, you realize you really don't need the things that you've collected as much as you thought you did.
True.
And it is really eye-opening, and I'm absolutely loving this kind of clutter-free, relaxed vibe, this really pretty cottagey feel that we're going for.
Yeah.
A lot of people go on vacations and they do things. We like to go on vacations too. We don't do a lot of that. For a long time we were raising the kids and we went places here and there, but for the most part we just valued our time together and tried to do what we could to keep up the house. And now we thought this right now, especially for a couple years, was the way to go, to redo this home. Because we're probably going to stay here forever, or maybe just for a long time, and we just really want to enjoy living in our home. So it's kind of our vacation. We are going to need a very big vacation after this is all done, but I love it. I absolutely adore it.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate you on the journey with us.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
thanks for
So
watching.
yeah, again, please tune in next week. I'm not sure what day the video will be out. Obviously, it's out late today. This week it's.
Yes, we will try our best to get it out on Friday, but it will always be once a week, even if it's late. They normally will go out on Fridays, but this particular project is a very lengthy project.
Right.
We have a lot to do. We did a lot of the tough work already, but we have a fake wall now to do to hide the piping behind the washer and dryer.
Yep.
We have a floor to install, a barn door to put in, lots of trim and finish work.
Some lighting, some ceiling lights.
Yes, and we did tackle painting the cabinets, but we need to finish it up and put them back and put a new counter on. We're going to show you something with that.
Cool idea you had
Thank
about the
you.
counter. I'm very excited to try it out.
It's inexpensive, and we hope it comes out all right.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of organizing and finishing details to do. But I'm very excited, and I really hope you enjoy these this week and next week. Next week we'll hopefully finish it all, but we'll see. We'll take it a little at a time. But we're exhausted. We are, I think, heading to bed early today.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us and for subscribing. We've gotten some new subscribers lately, and we thank you all for joining us.
Yes, and we appreciate all the comments. The back and forth is really exciting.
We really love
thank
that.
you very much.
We love having a community back and forth. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah.
If you're new to our channel, please press the subscribe button if you like what you see and would like to see more. And if you don't want to miss a video, press that notification bell so you'll get notified when the next video is up. And,
You give us a little thumbs up.
yeah, we'd love that. It always makes our day, and
Yeah.
we hope we're making yours. Thanks again.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.